Am I wrong for being angry that my stepdaughter will inherit our house? My husband and I have an 18-year age gap, and we've been married for 10 years. Recently, he started talking about wills and inheritance. That's when he told me that he plans on leaving the house that we live in to his daughter. I was completely blindsided by this. The house did originally belong to his late wife, who inherited it from her parents, and when she passed away, it became my husband's. But this has since become our marital home. Not only have I spent years helping maintain it, I've also put money towards it and helped renovate. And because of our age gap, there's a potential I could live a long time after my husband and have nowhere to live. I told him, as his wife, I felt he had an obligation to make sure I was financially secure after his death. He said it would be incredibly unfair to his daughter and his late wife, because he believed she would have wanted his daughter to inherit the house. I asked him what exactly he expected me to do when he died, and he simply said I'd have to find somewhere else to live. I asked him if he expected me to spend another 20 years paying and maintaining this house with him, only to potentially be made homeless because he's decided the house matters more to his daughter than my security. He thinks I'm being selfish and that his daughter has every right to inherit the house that once belonged to her mother. I feel after 10 years of marriage, I shouldn't have to worry about losing the roof over my head when my husband dies. Am I wrong for being angry that my stepdaughter will inherit the house? Okay, so my take. I can understand why she's upset. I also don't think the answer is she should necessarily automatically inherit the house. Her husband has every right to want his daughter to inherit something that came from her mum's family. But after 10 years of marriage, he also needs to think seriously about protecting the woman he chose to spend his life with. There are plenty of ways they could potentially compromise. For example, allowing his wife to stay in the house for a certain amount of time after his death, while still ensuring his daughter eventually inherits it. For me, the biggest issue, he seemed to have planned for his daughter's future, but not his wife's. Don't think wanting somewhere to live after your husband dies makes you selfish. I also don't think you should be expected to inherit that house. Am I wrong for refusing to share a hotel room with my boyfriend's sister? My boyfriend and I booked a weekend away to celebrate our anniversary. It was supposed to be a couple's trip, just the two of us. A week before we left, though, his sister called, saying that she was desperately in need of a break and asked if she can come along with us. I wasn't thrilled, but I said that I didn't mind her joining us, as long as she booked her own room. I thought that was all agreed until the day before my boyfriend said she'd actually be staying in our room, because it would save her money. The room had one double bed and a small sofa bed, so he suggested that his sister takes the sofa while we take the bed. I said absolutely not. He accused me of being selfish and said it was only for 2 nights. His sister messaged me afterwards saying that she didn't understand why I was making such a big fuss about it, and she'd barely be in the room anyway other than to sleep. I just told my boyfriend I wasn't comfortable sharing a room with his sister on what was supposed to be our anniversary weekend. He ended up cancelling the trip, telling me I'd ruined everything. Now his family think I'm being dramatic, when all I was looking for was a romantic weekend away with my boyfriend. For our anniversary. Am I wrong? So my take, I don't think she's wrong here. If the original plan was a couple's trip, then it's completely reasonable for her to expect some time alone with her boyfriend. His sister joining the trip is one thing, but assuming she can sleep in the hotel room without properly discussing it is another. And frankly, a bit weird. That said, I can understand the boyfriend might feel caught in the middle, especially if his sister just simply couldn't afford another room and just needed somewhere to sleep. But there were so many other options than cancelling. They could have booked a cheaper separate room, changed the accommodation, or just agreed this wasn't the right trip for his sister to join, and arranged another one. For me, the biggest issue isn't even the sister staying. It's that he made the decision that she should share the room, and then treating his girlfriend like she was unreasonable for objecting. I don't think she's wrong. Him cancelling the trip, rather than just finding an alternative, just makes the situation even messier.